For more on this story, we can go across to our chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons. Rob, Donald Trump turned American foreign policy on its head, if you will, when he took office 4 years ago. Where are we 4 years on?
Well, the verdict has yet to be fully written, but I think the most important thing about foreign policy under Donald Trump is the way he gutted the State Department, which he regarded as being part of what he called famously or infamously the deep state. He wanted, to use his words again, to drain the swamp. The State Department today is a demoralized organization. Donald Trump has had little time or use for it. Numerous people have left jobs and the positions haven't been fulfilled. He has preferred what he calls an America first, gut feeling, transactional foreign policy. That has been his stamp, to the dismay of foreign policy experts inside the United States and allies of the United States around the world. He has preferred to sit down with authoritarian leaders like Xi Jinping of China, as he once famously did over a chocolate cake at Mar-a-Lago in Florida, and start to try and build a relationship, or as he did with Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, in two summits, which ultimately got him nowhere. This has been really, I think, the ultimate way of judging Donald Trump, whether this personalized approach to foreign policy has actually borne fruit. In the case of China, no, it has not. In the case of North Korea, no, it has not. The North Koreans seem to be pushing now towards even greater development of nuclear weapons, talking about nuclear submarines as well. The relationship with China has deteriorated. The relationship with Russia, too, has deteriorated, despite an almost sycophantic relationship with Vladimir Putin. The only area, I think, where you could say, although that it's not clear yet whether the fruit will really be borne, where Donald Trump does seem to have made progress, is with Israel, with the recognition by the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Sudan and Morocco of Israel. Whether that will lead to a long-term solution in the Middle East with the Palestinians, obviously, remains to be seen. On Iran, too, an approach which is out of kilter with that of the allies. It doesn't really seem to have achieved very much. The Iranians are now pushing towards 20% enrichment of uranium. So I think on the balance sheet, it will have to be said that Donald Trump's foreign policy has pretty much been a disaster.
A disaster, if depending on who you talk to, Rob. Joe Biden has been one of the most vocal critics of Donald Trump's foreign policy over these last 4 years. What changes can we expect from the incoming president as he takes office?
Again, I go back to the State Department, the bedrock of U.S. foreign policy. We will see the gradual restoration of the State Department to what it was before. It's going to take time because it's been badly damaged by the 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency. We've already getting an indication from Joe Biden that he is looking forward towards professionalism, to strategic coherence. It's the people he's already put forward as his key figures in foreign policy. For the Secretary of State, for instance, Antony Blinken, long-time specialist in foreign policy, old-time ally of Joe Biden himself. Linda Thomas-Greenfield, the ambassador to the United Nations, expected to be at least 20 years of experience on Africa, very serious foreign policy specialist. Jake Sullivan, national security advisor, expected to be. He was Joe Biden's national security advisor when he was vice president. And William Burns to the CIA, 33 years foreign policy experience, former ambassador to Russia. So you get the picture. He's building around him a team of real professionals, pragmatists. And pragmatism, I think, will be the stamp of Joe Biden's foreign policy during his presidency. Don't expect big shifts away from Donald Trump on Russia or on China, but certainly on Iran. I think the possibility is that the U.S. will rejoin the nuclear deal on Iran.
We'll see how Joe Biden does, because he says he does want to restore America's place in the world. We'll see how he fares in the weeks and months to come. Thank you very much for that, Rob Parsons there.